some
Yeah,
bullshit.
500 yards from the fucking defense, bro. I'm just saying, man. What a game, first and foremost.
What a game. I said it's not a game.
What a game. But I ain't here for moral victories, bro. Started off well, 14 points in the first quarter. You matched San Francisco point for point, man. Going into halftime, he was down a touchdown. Came out, looked good. Then it was a problem from jump, bro. The bleeding was a problem from jump, man. You know, take away from what Brock Purdy accomplished today.
Right.
Focus strictly on the run game. 200 yards on the ground. Last week you did 192 against the Packers. Week before that, 175 yards. Come on, bro.
Yep.
At what point is it not a red flag? Sirens going off everywhere, bro. That's an Achilles heel for this team at this point. Brock Purdy played ahead of the chains all game. He's very comfortable all game. And it was no situation where I felt that they had any disruption where the Bears defense did anything to convolute the game up. You had one sack and you had situations where you got turnovers, but those primarily in the early part of the game, man.
Yeah.
Tackle the interception on the first drive.
Absolutely.
So after that, you really got 3 tackles for loss for the Bears, 1 sack. So it was no pressure the entire game. The bootleg game was so damn gross. Defensively.
It grows.
The defensively, I don't even know how you can even put that film on Monday.
Right.
You might have to burn this tape, bro.
Yeah.
This is one of those games where you might have to just burn the tape. There was really nothing positive defensively, I'm going to say, about this unit, bro. On the defensive line, linebacker position, safety position, cornerback position, they were all exposed and they all played poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Offensively, we looked at the situation, what it was. We said this offense had an opportunity to get in that 300 yards in the passing game. They had opportunities to do what they do on the run game in terms of keeping up a 150-yard clip against the defense that did have really nothing much to stop you with. Coming into the game, they were ranked about 15th overall in terms of the major statistical categories, except for turnovers and sacks, and they weren't even in the bottom third. So you're looking at this team and saying the Bears are going to excel. Caleb Williams hit the 20 completion mark today. That's for damn sure.
You called it. You needed it. Yeah, you said it.
25 completions definitely looks like it's an extension for him. We said that confidence from last week was going to exude and he was going to ride that moving into the playoffs. And he did exactly like what we discussed. So 25 completions, 330 yards, 2 tutties is something that he did in terms of controlling the offense. He took advantage of the possessions that he was given. There were mistakes made. He missed some passes still, some clean, easy throws. And those are situations where you got to coach your quarterback up in his face, in his grill. As soon as he walks off the field for that possession, you need to be in his goddamn schmitty. We need all those. No left cookies, no donations. The run game was pretty much snuffed out, 110 yards combined from Monungai and Swift, not even accommodating for the 20 yards that Caleb gave us. So our run game was pretty much neutralized by the San Francisco defense, which kept the Bears in 3rd and longs, 3rd and predictables. And based on tendencies, Robert Saleh won that advantage when it came down to the clutch situations in the 4th quarter. You know, because neither defense played great. I want to put that out there. I want to put
it's like 1,000 yards out there.
Like, come on, bro. This is one of them old school AFC games where you saw 40 points on both sides of the field. But this was one of those games where you looked at the coaching matchup, and it was one of those games that you're gonna look at the rest of the season, and when you play it back, you're gonna get this game replayed because it was some great play calls, great execution and performance by the offense for every level, each position offensively, run back. Christian McCaffrey is a manimal, a fucking manimal. A buck 40 on the ground, bro. A buck 40 on the ground, then another 40 in the air. And I think that was after the simple fact Dennis Allen just said, I'm gonna put 2 on him in every position, every time the ball is snapped. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
So from that standpoint, we talked about early in the game where they're going to be able to stop the other guys for San Francisco. No number 1 threat, but Jennings, Tongues, and Parcels all had over about 13 completions if you put them together, over 150 yards together if you combine those 3. So they did enough in the passing game. They did enough in the passing game to match the Bears in terms of a high output. So impressive showing by the Niners. So when you look at that division with the Rams, the Niners, and the Seahawks, just like the NFC North last year, you got 3 playoff teams, and it's all big boys. So it's no discredit to the beloved for losing on the road and in San Francisco. It's going to be a tough game. We always have had trouble going out there. It's a great performance by the offense, but the defense, it is a red flag. Red flag, Titanic red flag, bro. Some needs to get solved immediately.
Yeah, I can't disagree with nothing that you said, Shad. We talked about it earlier in the game. We can't give them everything. We didn't sack Purdy. We didn't stop what's his name? McCaffrey. You know, they barely threw the ball upfield. Like, it was so much zone being played. It was like he was just picking apart the zone all day long, all night long, man. It just goes to show you that this defense is not up to Super Bowl material type defense. Even in an era of scoring points and all this shit that they say, defense is always going to matter, everybody. Defense absolutely matters. You're going to meet your match one day to where they're going to exploit you in your defense, your run defense, your pass defense, your linebackers, Jaquan Brisker. What the fuck are you doing on the team at this point, bro? I don't know what Jaquan Brisker is doing out here a lot of times, bro. Touch football type of shit, man. Guys just running across his face. Like, he had one good play, and after that, man, he was just getting toasted the whole fucking game, man. We just can't compete when it comes to real. Like I was saying that my guy, Kyle Shanahan was going to outcoach Ben Johnson on his D. He's going to fry that defense, bro. He did every single fucking play. Kyle Shanahan that I thought he threw the kitchen sink at that shot. The kitchen sink, everything. He just was doing it, bro. Just trying to keep us guessing the whole game and tire us out, bro. Just understood the game plan coming from Kyle Shanahan, bro. It's just a good sound game plan just to try to beat the defense as bad as they can and exploit every single part of this terrible defense, bro. It was just terrible, man.
The boot game was almost on a level of pornography. When you go think about the game, bro. I think out of his 33 attempts passing, maybe, I don't know if you tracked it or not, man, or if you kept it, but I counted at least 20 play action rollout bootleg calls, man, that were designed for misdirection to confuse the back seven of the Bears, and they were completely butt fucked the whole game. I mean, they had opportunities over and over again to make plays on the ball, but their eyes were in the wrong position, and the Niners took advantage of them. I'm talking gashes, bro. Gashes. You had longs of 30-yard completions to Parcells. You had 38 for Jennings. You had 18 for McCaffrey, 25 for Robinson, 25 for Byrne. These are receptions, bro.
Receptions, right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 receptions over 20 yards today. What the fuck?
What the fuck? I don't know, shit. I don't know.
For a road performance, you have to give some credence to it because San Francisco came in buttoned up, ready to rock, man. So you got the best of this team today. But you have to look at those numbers, bro. And you have to say that San Francisco has one guy that's an all-pro on offense. Trent Williams went out early in this game.
You said it.
Left tackle position was exposed. And Montez Sweat did not show the fuck up today. And I don't want to hear excuses. Again, a backup tackle is in the game, like the Raiders, like the Baltimore Ravens. I can go back again several weeks to the Philadelphia Eagles. Backup tackles being in the game late, and we understand the matchup being there. And Montez Sweat not having a monstrous game or impact
at all.
It's fucking egregious, bro.
Just getting pushed around and shit. Can't get a one-on-one. Can't beat a one-on-one to save his life, bro.
It's not a good look, bro. Somebody has to be a dominant force, meaning that when you get opportunities one-on-one, you win more times than you don't. And they have not shown the fact that when teams want to run the ball and put their big boots on, that the Bears get stumped on. 200 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Then we
getting exposed, Sean. Like, we just getting exposed, man.
That's not cool, bro. That is
we
not
just
cool.
We just getting exposed, bro. Like, you know, we can't hide who we are. Like, we've been getting away with this bend don't break defense. We've been getting away with it against certain teams. You know, teams that tend to play their best football towards the end of the year. And we played a dangerous football team that is clicking at the right time, bro. And we have to give credit to credit is due on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm glad that the future is bright as far as our offense we can play any style of offense. You know, Ben Johnson can play slow the ball down. He can play throw the ball deep. He can play intermediate. He can play pass, play action. Caleb can throw the ball. We can do all that shit on offense, bro. But the fact on the flip side that we came out in the game, what I didn't think we would actually put up this many points, it's impressive, man. In a hostile environment on the road, 4 seconds almost could win this game. We could have flipped the game and won. The offense, where it's come and where it's grown to, is impressive, man. The future is bright. I can't say enough about it, man. Like, we was going toe-to-toe on offense, but it seemed like the defense didn't give a shit tonight, y'all. It's like the defense didn't care, man. I don't know what the fuck Dennis Allen is thinking some of these games playing that he's playing it. So I have to ask you, Shy, what would you have done differently in this game to slow Purdy the fuck down, dog? Like, what was supposed to have been done?
First of all, I told you the key to the game was McCaffrey. You have to limit him into his averages. McCaffrey had 23 attempts, 6 yards a touch on the ground, 140 yards. That's the loss of the game. That's the game.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to let one guy get 23 attempts on 140 yards and 6 yards every time he touches it. You're going to struggle on third down. That's why everybody on the 49ers that had a jersey caught a reception today. Everybody caught a ball. Coaches, ball boys, leaders, fans, wives, babies, guys off the street. Everybody caught a ball today, man. When you can't limit a team on first and second down running the ball, then you're going to struggle, bro. And this is what they did last week. Again, the Packers showed a disciplined game plan in terms of running the block early and having success and allowing that to keep them in terms of dictating time of possession. In this particular game, when you just look at the recap, it was pretty even across the board with most of the major statistical categories, man. The major component was for when the Bears got in situations where at the end of the game, they end up driving down the field and getting a field goal instead of a touchdown. And then on the last possession, they didn't make the play. But for me, defensively, man, for the entire game, that defense did not give you anything.
No.
There were 2 punts in this game, true enough, but definitely not close to anything that should have been satisfactory for the head coach. What do you got to say?
Let's see.
So we'll see what they look like here going forward. That's a tough one for our guys. It's somewhat similar there to the Green Bay game a few weeks ago, just in terms of coming down to the last minute and last play of the game and just coming up one play short there. So, the first half certainly didn't go the way we wanted it to as a team. They controlled the ball. They did a good job building the lead there, down by 7 at halftime. We couldn't stay on the field on offense. We were 0 for 3 on third downs. They were 5 for 7 on third downs in that first half. And yet, second half, I did feel like we picked up our game a little bit as a team. And, we closed that gap and we made it to where we could potentially win that thing there at the end. So I was proud of the guys for that, but it just wasn't enough. And when you go on the road against a good team like that, you got to be on top of your mess the entire time, and we just weren't. Some good performances there, notably by our rookies. Luther had a huge game for us. Colston had a big game for us. Thought Caleb played pretty well for the most part, taking care of the football and throwing it accurately. So that was good to see. The pick 6 by TJ was huge to get us going. You could really feel the sideline come alive there, get us into the game. And so even though our offense was a little bit hit or miss there in the first half, that helped contribute some points to the cause. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up.
Ben, do you have Luther?
Did DJ Moore play today?
I don't have an update on that yet. Yeah, I just heard that.
On the final play, what is kind of supposed to happen if everything works out?
Yeah, we didn't quite get aligned in the formation we wanted to. It's on me. I didn't give him the call fast enough, and so he's trying to piecemeal it together. I got to do a better job on that.
What was your perspective? The lateral play there, the one like 2 plays.
I couldn't really see. Yeah, I was on the other side of the field.
With that play in that situation, obviously, there's a possibility he gets tackled in bounds. But are you obviously, when you call that, you're okay with the? Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah,
there's plenty of time. We got plenty of good plays. So.
You talk about Caleb, just the way he battled from the early slow start and was kind of able to go almost shot for shot with Purdy in a sense. What stood out to you just about the way he was able to scoring for you guys?
Yeah, no, he knew he needed to come out and make some plays for us here tonight. When you're going against a dynamic offense like that, we talked about the possibility as an offense, us going tit for tat with them, and we at times were able to answer that call. They just ended up making more plays than us.
This was on the field, I think, almost 22 minutes in the first half. What was kind of the message about trying to, get them off quicker in the second half?
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it's a two-headed problem there, because you got us not being able to stay on the field on offense to where they weren't able to get off the field on third downs on defense. And so that's really how I saw it. It came down to the third downs.
It seemed like Purdy had a lot of time to throw, just from what you can diagnose.
No shit.
What do you think was some of the—
He had all the time in the world to throw.
Yeah. He's a dangerous player, particularly when he can see down the field and have that much time. I agree with you. And then he extended some of those plays with his legs too, and he did a real nice job, and we certainly didn't affect him enough. The
free play touchdown Caleb threw to Colston.
Mm-hmm.
What did you like about how he just handled that and how the guys handled that whole situation?
Yeah, it was something we talked about going into the week, and we repped it again this morning in our walkthrough, and guys understood what we were trying to get done on that, and so it was really well executed.
The challenge this week with the illness going through the building.
Mm-hmm.
Team, this it happens, but how did you feel everybody kind of managed it and dealt with it?
Yeah. I mean, we all understand that if someone has to go down because they're sick, that someone else has to step up, and we did the best we could as a
there you go, Sean. Look,
organization in terms of trying to stop it. From masks to washing hands to being diligent that way. But it certainly did a number on our guys. But we felt good about the guys that we went to the game with. They were going to be able to play like they're 100%.
Let's say about Darnell to fly out here this morning and play full game the way he did.
Yeah, he was excited. He came in this morning and he had a big smile on his face. Hey, you can't hold me back from this one, he said. So that was good to see.
The free play, the discipline by Caleb to not settle for any of those shorter routes. What did you like about how he bought time to find Colston there?
Yeah, it's that.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, this is Dope Tech from Wix. Now, this whole flow is a conversation.
Throwing that short, I'd probably be upset with him. Yeah, thank you.
Points of reference, G. Talked about Luther Burden, 8 catches, 138 yards receiving and a touchdown. Colston Loveland, 6 receptions, 94 yards and a touchdown. Got some contributions from Jade Walker, 2 more catches for 30 yards. Also, Kyle Monungai, 9 yards receiving, 38 yards running. Would have liked to see a little bit more in terms of him involved in the run game, but the opportunities weren't there because of the success in the past. When he talked about some of the things in terms of why they didn't win this game, let's keep it a buck. Purdy played well. Point your defense out. Call your defense out. Address your defense right then and there. Offensive head coach, quarterback, developer. You are also the coach of that sorry-ass defensive unit that allowed damn near 500 yards to Brock Purdy in the Dion Red San Francisco Niner jerseys. It was disappointing, disrespectful is what you should have said and set the tone, because you haven't lost that much this year. And at some point, you should go into a press conference and pull down your trowels and just go heads up and say, guess what? This ain't acceptable. This is a nuts-ass game, and it won't happen again, because these players that perform this way, I assure you won't do it again. You need some type of urgency about the shit that's going on, because this performance is only one more dress rehearsal before the playoffs, G.
Mm-hmm. It is. You absolutely correct.
You don't want that bad tape to fuck your trajectory up, bro. You just don't. Bad tape follows you.
It does, man. And at some point, just my personal take on the whole situation is just this defense has been what this defense has been all year long. It's been mid. It's been bend, don't break. It's been this. It's not like I watched this game and was expecting them to do something they haven't been done all year. You are what your record is. You are what your offense is. You are what your defense is. This is a defense that will let a quarterback sit back there and destroy you. This is a defense that will let a running back sit back there and run you over like a fucking CTA bus or CTA train. When you miss it, it's like it's over, bro. So the day we played against a playoff contending team, Super Bowl maybe contending team, with a head coach that's probably a Super Bowl contending head coach, and it showed today. We looked like a team that was getting by luckily all year long. You know, get the 6 wins, you know, 4th quarter wins and any comebacks. We was actually in a fucking dogfight tonight, and the defense could not get enough plays to stop the bleeding. Not only from a running game aspect, but from a passing game aspect, man. Fucking Brock Purdy had 5 touchdowns, bro. He was out there running around like Michael Vick tonight. Running like Michael Vick, throwing like fucking Dan Marino, bro. How do you expect to win a game that way? We didn't stop them or get a punt of 2 punts in 2 quarters, 2 halves. So to me, the defense is what the defense is, man. I don't know what could possibly be said at this point. What Dennis Allen could do at this point, I really don't know. But we got a couple of comments, man. We got Craig saying Dennis Allen should be embarrassed. Someone check Edmonds betting also. Absolutely. My boy down the live in here laughing. Yes, sir. Shit is funny. You got to laugh and keep it crying, bro. The hook and ladder call was a hell of a play call. Dodd was on the money with that 38 call.
Talking about the points before the game, we predict the score.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, Shot.
I mean, these numbers up. Okay, you talked 11 play touchdown Niners, 4 play touchdown drive Niners, 11 play drive touchdown Niners, 20 play touchdown drive Niners, 11 play drive touchdown Niners, 10 play drive touchdown Niners.
Crazy, bro.
It's amazing to see the Bears perform offensively the way that they did, man. And
that's what I'm.
People would pay attention to that component. The 38 points means something to me because it shows you that this team can put points on the board, touchdowns.
Right.
You know, at some point, you know, you caught a perfect storm when you saw San Francisco tonight, right?
Yeah.
But when you have opportunity, man, to put things on an even field, you know, I think you don't see this situation outcome happen a lot. 42 points on your defense, even though it's been lethargic this year and has been prone to give up big plays and points this year. I think you can easily find some optimism on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you really can, because like I keep saying, this is still an evaluation year, man. Guys are still getting looked at as far as to be on this team and paychecks and guys that's going to be on this team. It's still evaluation. So we got guys like Caleb Williams out here. He got his 20 completions, almost 300 yards, I think 3 touchdowns. You know, he's doing a lot of things right, Shot, that we both was like, I just need to see it. You know, I've been saying that shit all year. I need to see it. So we saw him improve on his 3-ball 2 times today. We saw him pretty much, you know, kill that zone blitz, that corner blitz, not corner, but slot blitz. They were trying to kill him on. He was destroying that shit, except for one errant pass. So it's a plenty of optimism, Chicago Bear fan. It's plenty, but we got a couple of comments we're gonna get to too. We got Kevin saying, "What a competitive game! Still the Bears are in the playoffs, still a win-win." Yeah, because you still got to grow as a team. To me personally, against a team like that, you gotta see what we got against a team like that, so you can learn as far as a defense, as far as a defense, and as far as an offensive head coach. You gotta have games like that. You have to do it so you can learn how to win those type of games against those type of good ass teams. You need those. And we put up 38 and damn near won at the end. So a couple of stops, like we're not that far off from really being shot. Like I've been saying, we got the lid halfway open on the offense where we go like, okay, we might be entering our Super Bowl window. And you look at that defensive side, it's like, bro, we got to close this motherfucker at least till we get some help. Then we got Emar 7 said still going to win the Super Bowl. I don't know about that. Isabella said, I don't feel too embarrassed about this loss. This is a loss for a great football team that's always in the playoffs, and an organization that has consistently put good football product on the field for 60 years. This is who we want to be. and we are on the way there. So I am no way embarrassed about this law. I'm not embarrassed either. Shad, you got anything you want to piggyback off that? Or we can keep it going.
I like what the groove is. Keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. Then she says,
shout out to Isabella though.
Shout out to Isabella. She says, now I will say if we had any, and I mean any kind of pass rush at all, we would have won that game. This is crucial, man. The next 7 fucking picks in this draft need to be to the fucking defensive side of the ball. The Steelers effed up the Ravens, but still the spot. Yeah. And we got Antonio. What up, Antonio? Facebook saying no pressures. Why, bro? This is who we are as a team, bro. This is week, 16, 17? Nobody should be shocked by our lack of pass rush. But we should be shocked, like Shaw says, we should be a little bit encouraged by the offense optimism that we can play in the shootout. Now, we might not be playing up against the San Francisco 49ers team in the playoffs, and they might have to come play us at our, depending on how all this shit might shake, at the land on the lake. You never know, man. They was at home, super comfortable. That matters, especially to a quarterback like Brock Purdy. Ain't been done all year. We need somebody that can create some pressure. Yeah. Caleb Williams, fingernail polish didn't work tonight. All right, bro, you want to troll. Okay. I know we need to get after some DEC. Get after some, I don't know what that means.
I guess they were saying we need to go after some defensive ends. And then
okay.
Yeah. I mean, so from me on the defensive line, Javon Dexter had 7 tackles. Montez Sweat had 5. Billings had 3. Booker had 3. Jared had 3. Tackles for loss. The team only had 3 tackles for loss on a game where San Francisco 49ers ran the ball 34 times. So let's just that's where it starts, man. If you're losing up front, then typically behind you at the linebacker and secondary position, any weakness that you might have gets exposed. That's why Nashawn Wright came up on your TV a lot today, everybody. That's why we saw issues with Jaquan Brisker in coverage again this week as well as last week.
This week.
This is why we saw TJ Edwards on one-on-one against an explosive player on the perimeter again this week, everybody. You know, we have to really look at it for what it is. Offensively, yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better game offensively for your team. It's a very good groove. They matched point for point with one of the best offensive teams in the football over the last month. But defensively, when you needed a stop or when you needed a closer or you needed a guy to get the ball, this team is head their hats on turning the ball or taking the ball away. Brock Purdy didn't get that bitch away today. Christian McCaffrey didn't get that bitch away today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if that's the formula to win and leads you to victory, then those things are going to need to be requirements when you go up against these teams. We got an interception in the pick six, the first possession of the game. Then after that, San Francisco, they button their shit up. Point blank, period. They button this shit up, and they won that game. So this should be a learning mechanism for the Bears that, hey, even when you feel like you've played your best game, on your best day, somebody could still punch you in your shit and walk to your room. You feel what I'm saying? So keep that as a momentum thought for the Bears in perspective when you get in the playoffs. Because we've seen everybody in our division. That's why we feel comfortable against the Packers. We played the Eagles and we beat them. So we feel like the NFC East is a cakewalk. We look at the NFC South and think there's chump change because the Panthers and Tampa Bay don't seem to be ready at all. However,
not at all.
The NFC West has 3 thoroughbred teams, and the Bears could lose to any 3 of them, or they could beat any 3 of them. And I'm convinced of that now.
Yeah, I'm convinced too, man. Will said we got our boy Shannon in here saying we got Antonio coming with some good stuff, man. He said for some reason they still running the Tampa 2 like we the 2005 Bears. We had 4 dogs on the line. Yeah, we don't have those dogs no more. He said, Shannon said, sad we lost, but proud of the offense for putting points on the board. Defense needs to gel, but that's hard with all the injuries. We're going to be fine. Yeah, man, the offense. Yeah.
Who's hurt?
Right, who's hurt? Right. Besides Kyler Gordon, who we missing?
Right.
JJ's back. Tyrese Stevenson is back.
Hurt?
Turner's hurt. Dayo's hurt. But those guys wasn't doing too much when they was here any fucking way.
Who's hurt? Like Gordon? Now, I give you the point of reference of Gordon being there that you can't get exposed to the slot as much. And you could also use him on a guy like Christian McCaffrey. But give me a fucking break. Give me a break with that injury conversation when we talking about this defense, okay? It's okay. They suck.
Right. We got a couple more comments. I'm still waiting on Caleb to come out there, somebody else, and then we'll end this shit. I've been saying since the preseason there's something wrong with our front seven. Can't stop the run and can't apply pressure. And that has been consistent all year. Our offense has grown and been able to overcome the defense deficiencies, which is not typical Chicago Bears football. Right, because it looked like the defense was ahead of the offense for a lot of the season. Now it's flipped, and it's flipping at the wrong time to me personally, where it's not complimentary football. That's all I can really say. Like, I need complimentary football from my team heading into the playoffs, man. This is where you want your best, whatever you can get from either side of the ball to stop the other fucking team. You just need it. This is not a recipe for winning, man. This is not. Oh, there go Caleb up here too. So let me take.
How do you describe just kind of your feeling after that final play?
Yeah, it's frustrating. Obviously, you don't want to lose a game ever, and then also just being in that position and you know, having a shot at the end is all you can ask for in those moments. But we got to do a better job overall. Just execution. We made too many mistakes as a team. Whether it's penalties, whether it's alignments, whether it's assignments, you know, things like that. You know, we'll go back, we'll figure it out. You know, we'll be truth tellers to ourselves because we got a great shot at the end of the season to put ourselves in, you know, in a good spot, but also, you know, to get back on a roll and get back on a run here through the playoffs. And that's, you know, that's what you're focused on. You know, you want to go back and figure out why, you know, why what happened today is what happened. And like I said, be truth tellers to us as a team, and you know, that'll better us for what's up to come.
Your eyes, can you take us through the final play? Obviously, pressure came early, but what you saw.
Yeah, we ended up getting lined up with not much time, and we were slightly lined up wrong, and so I didn't have enough time to be able to fix it, having emotion and things like that, and so you know, we just had to try and make something out of nothing in that situation. And then, you know, like I said, we had a shot, you know, with all of that going on, time running down, you know, us missing line and things like that. We had a shot, and, you know, just got to give my guys a shot in that situation. I think I haven't obviously gone back and watched it yet, but I think I ended up dirting the ball, didn't get my legs into it. And, you know, just put the ball in the end zone at that, you know, in that moment. And if it's a pick or incomplete at that point, then, you know, but can't dirt the ball.
These last 2 weeks, you know, primetime games, high stakes, playing against playoff opponents.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are right there with both of them. Win one, lose the other. What do you feel like you guys have proven? I know you have a lot of confidence in the building, but what have you shown everybody else?
I mean, we know who we are. We know exactly what we need to be able to do to win games. And if it comes down to it, we know that we're going to give ourselves the best shot to be able to do it. And that's something that we've known. That's something that we've worked on. It's something that the confidence from all the work and things like that throughout the time, the games that we've had, has grown for these type of moments. And so, yeah, we fall short in this situation, but we've been on the other side of it. And we know, you know, we can be a lot better here coming up.
What does it show about the offense, or what does it prove about the offense? And you guys kept coming back. I think you tied it at 14, 21, 28, 35. Every time they scored, you did.
Yeah.
What up, buddy Mo? What up, bro? Respect. Y'all got it.
Guys on the other side of the ball, you know, maybe is having a tough day or so. You know, we'll be right there with them, you know, having their back just as they've done for us in a multitude of games.
When the hook and ladder didn't go into the end zone, did it kind of put pressure on you guys, given the time situation?
No, because actually, well, I mean, it was a situation that we've worked. The play before, I ended up throwing it out of bounds, and so if I ended up completing it, we would have done, you know, we would have done the same thing. And so, if I completed inbounds, we would have done the same thing. And so, we were going for it, and that's who we are. That's, you know, that's how Coach likes to call it. That's how I like to play. We go for it, and we go for the win. And whatever kind of play it is, whatever the case may be, you know, that's how we play. We're going to keep playing that way.
Caleb, the free play touchdown to Colston. Can you just take us through your perspective of that one coming together?
Yeah, it's something Coach added in, I think, last night on that play, a hard count to try and get these guys to jump off sides. And, you know, the guys did a great job with that, you know, with the acting, in that sense of the shift we had and getting set and, you know, pointing, you know, and then from there, the guys jumped off sides. Drew did a great job. O-line did a great job. A lot of times that situation stunned the D-line, and it did there, and it gave me a ample amount of time. And so, in those moments, you got the flag. At that point, it's give the guys a shot.
If you were watching this game on TV, like other NFL players were, how would you describe this whole game, the way you guys, both teams are scoring like this?
Yeah, I think we've proven who we are. We'll fight, and I think we're a team to be reckoned with. And so I'm excited for this next game. I'm excited to go back and watch this film and figure out how we can better, how we can put up more points, how we can be more efficient maybe on offense for moments like this, because we may see this team again. And
at Drive Time, we make it easy to get the car you want.
I need a pretty low monthly payment.
Well, just go to drivetime.com, get approved, and you can personalize your real
similar and things like that. And so
I'll pay for YouTube Premium.
I'm excited for what's to come in that sense. And so like I said, we're a team that's going to fight, and I think we've proven that.
It may be obvious, but for you guys, how far you've come, that you can score this many points on the road against a good team and be as frustrated as you are. Does that kind of just show where this team has come in the last year?
Yeah, I would say so. We know what type of team we are. We know who we are. We know that all these ball games we can, we got a real shot to win these. And so the frustration comes from us shooting ourselves in the foot, whether it's alignments, like I said, whether it's alignments, whether it's penalties, whether it's assignment, things like that, and being able just to focus for. We don't have, let's put it this way, we don't have bullets to waste, and you only get 70 or so plays and things like that. And so you don't want to go waste one of those. And so, like I said, we'll go back and look at this tape and find out why and what. And so we can get back on that roll and get back on the run.
You're seeing particularly frustrated, even on a career night. What did you see from him tonight, particularly on that last series?
Yeah, it's good to have Luther back. Let's put it that way. Getting the ball in his hands, as he said before, it's a problem when you get the ball in his hands. And so just giving him a shot, let him go make plays, and get the ball, give him the best runner ball that I can, so that he can go and be explosive and be the player that he is, and why we drafted him here.
You guys finish against the Lions, you'll need to win that to hold the number 2 seed. How important is as much home field as you could possibly get?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the percentages, but your chances of winning a game, high stakes games, or just overall throughout the season when you're at home is higher than when you're away. And so, we always want to try and give ourselves the best chances. Obviously on the football field, but also, just being able to put ourselves in the best positions of being home instead of being away and things like that. So we'll get ready for this game, just how we get ready for any game, and we want to bring it to them, and it's gonna be a good game.
Caleb, on the lateral play, did you guys get the coverage you were looking for, and what did they do to kind of prevent DeAndre from getting the corner?
Yeah, the corner actually fell off, and we thought he was actually going to attach a little bit more than he did, and so we thought Swift was going to be able to get around the edge, and the corner ended up sloughing off, and they made a great play. DeAndre got as much as he could, got down, and we ended up clocking and had the last play.
What caused the rush on the last play that you said where you were getting a little bit late and you couldn't get the motion there?
We ended up getting the motion. We got the play a little later than we usually do, and then from there we end up. I guess the guys, didn't hear me in the huddle. And so, I got to do a better job, in those moments of yelling or whatever the case may be, make sure everybody hears me. And then from there, the guys got to get lined up. We got to get lined up. And if the guys are wrong, I got to be able to fix them. And the clock was an issue in that moment. So I couldn't necessarily get the guys, situated, but sent the motion. Like I said, we had a shot at the end, and didn't put the ball in the end zone for the guys.
Yeah, what was it like this morning when you wake up, you find out DJ and OZ are questionable, Darnell's on a plane, just going through everything that happened this week, and then you wake up this morning. How did you kind of manage all that?
Yeah, one, it's next man up, and I believe in the guys. Obviously, we want our guys out there that we've been working with and things like that, but it's next man up, and then my mentality is. It doesn't necessarily matter who's out there. We got to still go win a ball game. And so if I need to put more on myself or anything like that, that's fine. And then obviously being able to have DJ and being able to have Darnell was huge for us and, for today. Awesome. The Bears.
You know what, Shad, I can appreciate, though, man. I've been sitting here thinking about this game. I can really appreciate the fact that, this team just played probably the best game we've seen them play in about 8 years, man. And the fact that Ben Johnson had this team to come out here ready to play toe-to-toe against the San Francisco 49ers, who've been on a heater for weeks, is impressive, man. The fact that we didn't come out here and lay a dud, the fact that we didn't come out here and get blown out, the fact that this team continues to put up more points each week, because I think that might have been one of the most points I've seen us put up in a couple of weeks, man. I don't know if we've surpassed 38 points this year or anything close to that or close to 40. So, the big picture thing to me is this team can play any style of football on offense, whether that's slow to rock, whether that's let Caleb throw it, whether that's running the ball. We can do a lot of things on offense that we can put in our bag. When we can block, we are really a legitimate football team. But there's two sides of the ball, Alan. Shad, it's two sides of football. It's the defensive side of the ball. We're an incomplete team. If you got to grade this team right now, at this moment, in this juncture, I will give this team a C+. I can't give this team anything more than a C+ based off the defense. You know what I mean? So those are just my final thoughts, man. And then we got a couple more comments. But right now, Shad, what can you give this team going into the playoff? What grade would you give us right now? It'll be mine. It's a good
one. Just in terms of where they're standing in the conference playoff standings, I'm looking at a B. A B to me means you're a very good team. You're sound in terms of what your foundation is. Mm-hmm. Stronger coach, stronger quarterback, very good at offensive line, have elite players at certain key positions in terms of the premier spots, wide receiver, running back, tight end. Mm-hmm. But you do have big deficiencies, so that keeps you from having that A, and that's really your ceiling. Teams that have a B means they're really good teams with no ceiling. Their floor is their ceilings, so to speak.
Right.
So me, like as much as huge of a ceiling as Caleb can have, I don't know how much better he could have played tonight that have made a difference in this outcome, if that makes sense.
Right. Outside of another walk-off win, you know what I mean? What more could he have possibly done?
Outside of his statistical game being more impressive, the 38-point ratio still goes off the amount of possessions that they had the ball. I counted 3 punts today, so that means potentially there would have been 3 more opportunities to score. So if you're looking at that situation, then okay, maybe. But let's just keep it real, man. A B is a good spot to be in when you talk about a playoff team, because you're playing with house money. And at that point, it's about matchup. And if you catch the right matchup, man, you advance, especially if you're at home. So that's what winning at home was so key for me this season, to see if this team, that if they did get the advantage of taking a jump this year, that you would be rewarded with a home playoff game with an opportunity to go test yourself against the conference best. So that opportunity is still there. I'm going to stand on that B. And the B is being more optimistic. But, of course, it's being because I'm a Bear fan. B for Bear. Let's get it.
Yeah. We got Antonio saying so true. We started scoring late in the first half. It was going up to what me and Shad and CJ and everybody, what I said, we got to score 14 points early. And Shad was like, no, that's too much, G. And I'm just like, man, we'll see. But they gave me my 14, so I think we're going to be in a good position to win this game, because what we do in a lot of these games, we don't score early. Whether it's a pick six, from TJ Edwards or a touchdown by Caleb Williams, we don't score early. So that's one part of growth I wanted to see, and I saw it tonight. And it keeps coming back down to the defense, man. The defense could not get enough pressure on Brock Purdy for them to be knocked off their high horse, man, because we got the interceptions shot. They came right back down and scored on us. So twice. Twice. So like you said, man.
Fuck that pick. We're gonna walk down to 4-11, and then when we get it back, we're gonna take four plays and get another tutty.
Right.
Fuck you thought it was. Like, whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
They look like a team that was prepared to play against a bad defense, man. And I was saying, I think I was trying to say earlier in the chat was like, we haven't seen enough of them so I can really be convinced or confident we could beat them. We don't see the fucking San Francisco 49ers, man, like at all. Like, so I'm expecting a wild game, and I was expecting Kyle Shanahan to throw everything he could possibly throw at us, man. He want that number 1 seed, bro, and they earned it, man. No shade to them, they earned it. Report was leaked that Jackson Dart was going to destroy the Bears if it wasn't for the protocol. Yeah, okay, bro. Yes, we allowed Purdy to be too super comfortable. Yeah, man, teams can watch film, bro. Like Sean say, teams watch film on you, bro, and the really good teams are going to exploit that shit. And we got exploited from a run game aspect, and a quarterback, and a head coach. 3 levels of football, bro. They smoked us, but the most impressive thing was we didn't back down. And Ben Johnson's offense, along with Caleb Williams, and their passing game and their running game, bro, was cooking tonight, bro. That is some optimism for your ass. That is the future is bright. We can play against anybody. Whatever we need to do on the defensive end of the ball next season, or maybe the season after that, that needs to be Ryan Poles, Dennis Allen, and Ben Johnson's number 1 job this year, bro. Off season, we need to get a fucking pass rush to go alongside with Montez Sweat. We need a monster. I don't know what Max Crosby wants. We need to give up to get him. I don't know what the fuck Mal Gary we got to do to get him. We need a monster, man, that's a game setter and a game wrecker to settle this defense in so we can create some pass rush, bro. We need it. We need it, Sean. We need it.
I told you, man, the pass rush thing is a little bit different for me. I don't like the concept of trading for an established pass rusher because of the amount of investment you're going to have to make in that one player. Where if you identify accurately in each draft, you can get 2 guys to fill one particular position, where you could potentially draft a defensive tackle and a defensive end. They could potentially be starters next year if you hit them.
Right. If you do it right.
And you get them contributing in year 1, that means that they're playing above their contract, so now that money could be played somewhere else. I need a policeman in the middle of my defense.
The linebacker, yes, sir.
Like, I love what Edmonds and Edwards bring in terms of a duo or linebacker, but at this point in my life, all things are going to be right with the Chicago Bears on the successful side. We need middle linebacker to be addressed, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, we got to be addressed. We got a couple of comments, man. We got Isabella saying Caleb Williams, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns. Luther Burton, 8 catches, 138 yards. Loveland, 94 yards. It wasn't the offense that lost this game. The offense played like Sal. We just didn't get enough out of our defense, and that has been the story despite the turnovers all season. Absolutely. 100% correct. We got Antonio saying DeAndre Swift has to go right on the run, so he's going to go out of bounds or run through one guy and stop the clock. Then we got Marcel saying agreed defense couldn't get third down, stop and stay there alive. Yeah, man, it was like it was open, booty, butt naked football all through the fucking field, man. They just doing what they want to do on third down. It's crazy, man. Agreed. We definitely need another Brian Urlacher in my life. Yeah, we need a monster in the middle. We don't need a monster in the middle. We need a monster in the middle, man, for sure. I appreciate everybody coming in here tonight, man. We're going on an hour. We gave you guys the press conference, Ben Johnson press conference. We gave you the Caleb Williams press conference. We gave you our final thoughts. Shaw come in with the numbers. Of course, y'all know those Shaw from the South Side. This man knows his football, bro. Comes in with it. Super accurate, super professional. And you know me. I got to match the energy, you know what I mean? And the comment section pretty much support you guys, man. I mean, appreciate you guys. You guys elevate the show. Whoever's in here, man, these comments help. It's a we program and not a we platform. It's a we platform, not a me platform. So this platform is for everybody that's a Bear fan that want to come talk ball after wins and losses. And we appreciate it, man. Every follow, every share, every quote, every retweet. You know, we've been doing this for almost 3.5 years with me and CJ, then Alan, then we got shot along. So it's fun, man, that you can come up here almost at 12 o'clock at midnight, talk football with the best of Bear Nation outside of me and myself, Shaw right now, along with the Chicago Bear Nation. Southside for sure, Chi-Town, stand up. Stand up, Chi-Town. This Chicago. So with that being said, man, Shaw, what's your final thoughts, man? We got the Detroit Lions next week, man. We clinched the division. You know what I'm saying? With the lowest we can go right now is the number 3 seed right now, so we're still in good shape. But just give me your final thoughts on anything tonight or going forward, man. What do you got?
11-5 is the current standing, man. Packers second in the division and 9-6-1. Lions coming into town next week at 8-8, man. We owe them some get back after grease down early in the season that I did not forget. And I know Ben Johnson didn't either. And the best way to get a bad taste out of your mouth after a hard loss on the road is to come home and get some home cooking.
Yes, sir.
Some Harold's chicken. Italian beef from Portillo's.
Lemon pepper wings
from Giordano's.
Yeah.
A hoagie from Baba's. I'm
right. With the lemonade.
With some lemonade in it. You ever said like jerk chicken? Like,
yes, sir.
Next week, because that's really what it's going to be. It's going to be about the Bears getting a little bit of their swag back against a team that's pretty much already checked out for the year. You owed them from the season matchup the first time in Detroit, where it was not a good outcome, but at that point, your season hadn't just started. And that's me being honest. It's a completely different football team. You should be able to take advantage of that and handle business at home, whether if you rush starters or not. I'm looking for the health report to get very, very clear with Aromo Dunze. I need it clear with Tyler Gordon. And I need it understood what's going on at left tackle and right tackle moving forward. If everything is clear in those positions, you get yourself a situation for a week, sit back and game plan what's going on with the NFC West, because the team that ends up third is probably who you're going to see at home. So we just saw the Niners. We have yet to see the Seattle Seahawks this year. Yeah, we haven't saw the Seahawks.
No, we ain't saw them.
I've watched them several times. I watched them against the Rams. I watched them play against the Cardinals. They're a real outfit. Sam Darnold has been playing elite, and they run the ball enough to annoy the fuck out you. So
right,
it really comes down to the fact if you can go mano a mano with McVay and what Stafford's been doing, and week in, week out, they look like the most cleanest outfit in the conference. So even though they only have 11 wins, they have opportunity if they win this week to get above the Bears. That could potentially put us in a bad spot where we plan on their first week, wild card weekend.
Well said, man. Well said. And my final thoughts of going into next week is that we just got to win, man. That's really the only thing that matters is just win. There's nothing that the Chicago Bears that need to have to hang their head down about. You competed with one of the best teams in the NFL, the NFC right now. So you have nothing to hang your head about, man. Caleb Williams pretty much had his best game this year. Another good game, 330 yards, 3 touchdowns. Luther was good. He had a couple of drops, but he had almost over 100 yards. Colston had almost 100 yards. You're not playing you're not playing a team like the San Francisco 49ers that you've never seen. You're playing a team in your division who's pretty much out of the playoffs. You know them very well. Ben knows them very well. So like Shad says, you get a little bit of that get back. You're back home, you know, man, get you some lemon pepper wings, some Baba's, man. Go down there and get you some Italian Fiesta pizza. Come home, relax, and hang out, man. We get this W and get ready for the playoffs, man. I do want to see Caleb break Eric Kramer's all-time Chicago Bears single season record. I think he's halfway there, a little bit more than halfway there.
270 yards will break it, I believe.
Oh, he got 270 left? Okay, because he had 330 tonight. All right, so with that being said, we're going to give some shout-outs to the people in the chat. Marcel, of course, Antonio, man, shout-out to you, man. Make sure you follow us. Down and Live that was in here tonight. Of course, Marcel, my god brother, man, appreciate you. And of course, my homegirl, man, Isabella, coming through with the facts. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. Then we also had some 49ers fans in here, man. My boy Buddy Moles who said respect. Appreciate you, man. Somebody said let's go Ravens. Yeah, we needed the Ravens helped us out the other night. So with that being said, we'll be back next week. We're probably with just a post game. Who knows? We're back with CJ and Allen, of course, man. I'm G Walker, the CNG Podcast. That's Shaw from the South Side of the CNG Podcast, man. We'll see you people later, man. God bless y'all. Good night. Peace. One love. Right down.